I'm wondering if you have a take on certain things that especially students are picking up by cultural osmosis in 2024, certain beliefs or presuppositions that are uncritically held or that could stand to be, for us to have them defamiliarized, I guess?
I think the assumption that all religions basically work the same way is one that is very widely held. And it has been, I think, for more than just the sort of most recent period of time. I think it's been a feature of our culture for the past couple of generations. And I think I thought in that lane until very recently, when I really, and this comes back to the point about defamiliarizing basic Christian concepts. I think when I really tried to reckon with for the first time in a deeper, personally relevant way, the idea of salvation by grace, which I think is, it's the heart of the gospel. It's also the thing that probably the majority of Christians on a daily basis drift the furthest from. I did begin to appreciate it as a radically different approach to, diagnosing human nature and God's relationship to humans than that what is on offer in other worldviews. I think too, this vague idea that, Christianity, like other supernatural worldviews, was very kind of acceptable and normal in ancient times, and then it's only now that its basic claims are crazy, is also one that should be exploded. Now, it was scandalous for a different set of reasons, to ancient Romans than it is to our culture, but it has always been outrageous. And so the pressure that Christians feel to give up the pieces of Christianity that seem outrageous, that is a pressure that Christians in every period probably felt or ought to have felt if they didn't. And I suppose the broad thing that I struggled with the most is a naturalist view of the universe. And my next kind of big research endeavor after I got to a point with the resurrection where I could become a Christian was to really do a lot of reading and interviewing on contemporary claims of miraculous healing around the world. And that was an area where my mind was just blown open. And I really had to come to terms with the blinkers that I had walked around with and my totally casual dismissal of what is often shockingly compelling testimony, often coming from people with fancy degrees who, are in my kind of milieu, who I had no choice but to listen to and ask, boy, maybe I'm really wrong about how this universe works. But our grooves are just so deep. This is why it was really important for me to keep a journal when I was reading these books on apologetics and on miracles, because if I didn't write down my kind of reluctant piecemeal conclusions, my brain would move on from them because they were just too hard. I had to continually reread my own journal entries to really come to grips with it. Okay, when I reasoned through this is kind of where I got, and I've got to face that.